Hi everyone, heading out today for a little snow photography. We woke up this morning with a beautiful coating of snow. It was one of those great warm snows where it starts as rain and then converts to snow as the sun goes down, so it sticks to everything. It just puts a nice coating on everything. And now the sun is trying to break out a little bit, so I'm gonna head over to the Loess Hills and try to find some subjects to photograph. The only thing I worry about today is we are right at 32 degrees, so the sun could start melting some of this and it'll fall off the trees pretty fast. And then the other thing would be, I'm kind of getting a late start. It's almost noon already, and if we get out here to some crowded places, it could be a lot of footprints to try to hide, but we'll see how it goes. Looking forward to it. It's always great to get out. It's always great to have a fresh snow to go photograph. It doesn't always happen, so looking forward to this one.
So I didn't plan on stopping this soon, but right here, right by the trailhead, I found this really cool tree with, it has the main branches but doesn't have all the little branches, and with that fresh snow and that blue sky, it just kind of made a nice image. I took a couple shots. There's kids right over here sledding, so I'm not going to stick around here very long. I want to get moving down the trail for a little more peace and quiet and have time to actually think about the photos, but it was hard to pass this one up.
Even though I was a little hesitant stopping so close to the trailhead, I'm glad I did. I do like the way this photo turned out. Its simple structure against that busy forest and dark blue sky really turned out to be kind of a cool photo. Yes, if I went back in time, I would change the composition just a little bit, but that's an excuse to go back next time it snows.
So I found this neat scene here with the 3 bur oaks, and 2 of them have a lot of snow on them. One of them is a little bit barren, but you know, the main subject in the middle there has a lot of it. It also has a nice burn mark up the front, so kind of adds some contrast too. Got some nice grasses down in the foreground with snow on them, blue sky. So I'm gonna take a couple of shots here. I'm shooting with my 24-70 right now. I didn't put out the wide angle. I'm kind of cropping these trees in. I don't know if I'd call it abstract, but you know, I'm not trying to get the whole scene, just kind of focus on some interesting parts. This one here with that curve, and the bur oaks are neat because you know, the way you can tell is a bur oak is because they look bur-roken, so they always have those nasty twists and turns in them. So kind of a lot to going on there, a lot to play with. So I'm gonna shoot a few more compositions here and see if I could find one I really like. I've kind of got it so that they do separate a little bit from each other. I mean, obviously the foreground tree overlaps the other two, but I was able to get their trunks separated and make them stand out a little bit from each other. And that one in the back is more lit than the other two, which helps kind of separate that one again. So play with it, see what I get. I like what I see here, so I'll keep trying.
I'll be honest, after I took these photos, and even when I was driving home, I thought this was going to be my favorite photo of the day. And after editing the photos, it's just not. It's too chaotic. There's just not a dominant subject. The trees that I thought would have a little more separation just kind of blend together. Not nearly as much snow as I was thinking. It didn't come together. I don't know why. I don't know what I was seeing in person that I did not capture in the camera, but it just did not turn out the way I like it. So the good thing is there's always another chance, and the other good thing is I did get photos I like that day. So I can kind of write this one off as a learning experience and move on.
Still up here on top on the ridge, but down there's a tree that I spotted last fall when hiking up here, and the shape is like perfect. I mean, I don't know, almost too perfect, where it'd be one of those things where you, like a cliche center in the middle of the comp. But I want to get down there and see if I can come up with something interesting. You know, white snow-covered tree with a white hill behind it might not be the most interesting. The trail's a little bit further out, so I don't know if I could get right up to it and, you know, look up more, but definitely going to go down there and explore. There's not much here on this high ridge right now. A lot of the trees don't have snow on them, but the trail gets off this ridge and starts to tuck down in the hills here in a little bit, so hopefully I'll get down in there and see some more snow-covered trees. You know, so another cool comp, there's two of them actually, now that I'm standing here looking at it. The shadow on the front side of the tree is actually really cool. I wish there was a little more sun on that hill in the back, because then you could silhouette the tree with the shadow in front, and then that white hill in back would be really cool. But also, if you came back later in the day or early in the morning and that hill was dark behind it and the tree was lit up, white bright tree in front of a dark hill could be really cool too. So definitely some possibilities with that one there. So I'm going to shoot a couple here now that I see this shadow, see what I get.
So it's a cool tree, and there's definitely potential here. I just don't know that any of these four are keepers. There's just something about each one where I'm like, I could do something better, or a different composition, or better lighting. So it's one to keep on the radar for the future.
See, now I'm down here in the valley, and as you can see around me, it's just really beautiful. Everything is coated. It's kind of almost too much chaos right now. I need to kind of find some more compact scenes to really make an interesting image. But I think, you know, if I started with a few trunks, you know, maybe got some grass or something, like up there on that hill, that might be interesting. You know, or even back where the trail came around the corner, there was pretty interesting. Is the park's property ends right here, but there's if you look down the valley there's kind of an interesting shot maybe between all the tree trunks. So I'll have to see. It's really neat though, man. I just love being out here with all these trees completely coated like this. Just such a beautiful day.
I took a few photos down here in the valley before heading up the hill. The second one of these three probably being my favorite. I just like the way that the tree stands out in front of the pine tree and the blue sky, yet you can see all the snow on every little branch. It just makes for a great scene. As I worked my way up the hill, I found a couple nice vertical compositions I liked. Just the dark tree, the white snow, and the blue sky all work together to make a nice scene. And then I found another pair of trees that really work together, and I like the way the snow was really lighting up those trunks with reflected light. After finishing those compositions on the hill, I made my way back to the ridge and then worked along a few other trails on my way back to the car. While I did take photos, there was nothing that really jumped out at me of interest. Finally made it back to the car, worn out from a great day of hiking.
If I didn't mention it, today I was hiking at the Hitchcock Nature Center in northern Pottawattamie County. It's part of the Pottawattamie County Park System. It's about a half hour north of Omaha, just north of Crescent, Iowa. It's a beautiful park, tons of trails, plus there's also camping and picnic areas in the nature center, and an observation tower. So lots of fun things to do up there, but most people I think go up there to hike because they have a great network of trails. It's $3 to get in, bring cash, throw $3 in an envelope and put it in the Iron Ranger at the gate and go hike. It's a great park. Just Google Hitchcock Nature Center and you'll find instructions how to get there. So highly recommend it. Oh.